Alrighty, boys and girls, something absolutely wild has happened. Dragon Ball Legends might have just pulled off the worst reveal for a Legends Limited unit in the entire 7-year history of this game. And yes, I know that sounds dramatic, but after watching this play out, I honestly don't think it's an exaggeration. 7 years, 4 months, this game has been alive, and this might be the worst botch reveal we've ever seen, bro. It's the kind of reveal where you sit there staring at your phone like, did they really mean to post that? Or was this somebody's intern messing around with Photoshop? But now we've got his art, his animations, and get this, Super 13 straight up punches Goku in the nuts with his LF. That's right, Bandai somehow find a way to go from worst reveal ever to, okay, this is kind of fire in one move. And that's the emotional roller coaster we're about to break down today. Alright, so first, let's set the stage. Legends drops a post on Twitter 5 hours, yes 5 hours before the reveal saying, hey guys, new character today. No warning, no teaser, just out of nowhere. And you know what, I'm thinking, alright, cool, you know, we got something maybe special lined up. But instead of a proper video, animations, or even a little bit of hype up, what do they give us? A static JPEG of Android 13. Just base 13, no fusion, no Super 13 art, nothing. That was it. That was their quote-unquote big reveal. Bro, it looked less like a character teaser and more like a lost trading card game that someone scanned on their lunch break. Matter of fact, I've seen better surprises at gas station vending machines, bro, and at least those come with some gum. Now, if you're gonna do a social media reveal instead of a big stream, you know, fine, I get it. Not every month is a festival, but here's the thing. At least make it exciting. Show us a clip, show us an animation, hell, show us his left elbow glowing, bro. I'll take anything. But no, they gave us nothing but Mugshot 13. Like he just got arrested for shoplifting at Capsule Corp. That's the level of hype they expected us to ride with. Imagine Bandai throwing a birthday party, inviting everyone, and then when you show up, it's just a folding chair and a half-deflated balloon. That's what this reveal felt like. And of course, the community immediately went into detective mode. Everyone's like, wait, is this only base 13? Like, is he gonna transform? Where's Super 13? Are we being gaslit right now? It was chaos. Reddit was looking like CSI Dragon Ball out here. People were zooming into the art, looking for reflection in Android 15 sunglasses like they were trying to solve a murder mystery. Others were analyzing the background like, what if I invert the colors? Maybe I'll see Fusion 13's shadow. Bro, if your reveal leaves the community role-playing as Sherlock Holmes, you failed. I was half expecting someone to bust out a red string conspiracy board connecting 13 to LF Majin Buu. But then, fast forward a couple days, and we finally get the picture for Android 13. The art drops, the animations drop, and surprise, surprise, it's Super 13. You know, the actual cool version of the character. The one literally everyone wanted to see. Not the trucker hat I just clocked out of the factory 13. The real deal. And instantly, I'm like, okay, now this is more like it. The art is crispy, the muscles are popping, and the aura screaming, I'll probably ruin your day. Suddenly, the guy who looked like your uncle fixing the car is now a shredded monster that can bench press Shenron. Now let's talk about the animations, because honestly, this is where Legends redeem themselves. The intro is clean, the animations are sharp, and the ultimate looks like it hurts. But the LF, oh my god, they actually animated the scene where 13 straight up punches Goku in the nuts. I repeat, Nutshot LF is now a thing in Dragon Ball Legends. I don't care what anyone says, that's an absolute W. They took one of the most meme-worthy moments in Dragon Ball Z Movie 7 and immortalized it in a mobile gacha game. Peak fiction, bro. And the way they animated it, fire. You can practically feel Goku's pain through the screen, and I've never been so entertained by his suffering. And you know what? That one punch might have saved this reveal, because let's be real, when else are we gonna get a Dragon Ball LF that includes this slow blow? We've had energy beams, giant key waves, planet-busting ultimates, but never this. Imagine losing a PvP match because your opponent's LF finished you with a nut shot. That's not just an L, bro. That's a generational curse. Your grandkids are gonna feel that defeat. And if you're the one pulling it off, that's instant bragging rights. Forget I beat you with LF Gohan. Nah. You can now say, I ended your combo and your bloodline with LF Super 13's nut shot. Now that's next level disrespect, bro. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. The reveal itself was still trash. Like, yeah, the final product is nice, but the way they introduced him, absolute dumpster fire. It's like waiting for Christmas, running downstairs, and finding an empty box under the tree. Then 3 days later, your parents finally give you the actual present. Like, cool, you know, I'm happy now, but what did you do to make me suffer first? This reveal had me questioning whether Bandai even knows how hype works anymore. You don't start with disappointment, then add the cool stuff, alright? You lead with the cool stuff. And here's where it gets funny. Normally when Legends does a reveal, they at least show you some animations, maybe even the kit, right? This time, nada. no kit, no preview, no voice lines, just here's his face, see you Wednesday. Bro, if you're gonna hype up an LF, don't drop it like it's a Walmart clearance ad. Legends, please hire literally anyone from the community to run your marketing. We'd do a better job for the free. Hell, I'd rather have my dog run the Twitter account at this point. At least he'd post a video of a tennis ball, and that's more engaging than the base 13 mugshot. What kills me is how easy this could have been for Dragon Ball Legends. Imagine if they dropped a 10-second clip of Super 13's nut punch. Instant virality. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everyone would be losing their minds. Even non-Legends fans would be like, wait, Goku just got folded in the Family Jewels? Send me that link. Instead, they chose to hold back the best animation this game has ever produced and let us all sit there in disappointment for 3 days. Legends had gold in their hands and they decided to serve us coal first. At this point, it's marketing malpractice. Now, as for the character pick itself, I'm not against it. It's been 6 years since the Android 13 movie was touched in Legends. The last time we saw him, the game was still figuring out how to make PvP less laggy, which, spoiler, they still haven't fixed, by the way. So I'm fine with 13 finally getting some LF treatment. But the way they handled it makes it feel more like a troll than a celebration. Like Bandai was sitting there going, how can we make people question their life choices before they get hyped? Oh, I know. Show them Trucker Hat 13 first. And can we just talk about how weird it was that the initial art didn't even hint at Super 13? Like, if you're gonna make him an LF, why not show the transformation from the start? It'd be like revealing LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with only base Goku art. Nobody wants that. People want the peak, the flashy, the jaw dropper, but instead we got base 13 who looks like he just came off a shift driving an 18-wheeler, bro. I swear, if you told me that the first reveal was a new EX unit, I would have believed you instantly. And of course, once the animations dropped, the community turned on a dime. Suddenly, people went from roasting Bandai to saying, okay, this LF kinda hits. And I get it. The clean finish, the nut shot, and of course, the throwback to an old movie, it's all great. But don't let that distract you from the fact that the reveal itself was handled like absolute dog water. This is the definition of fumble the bag. If hype was a spear bomb, Bandai dropped it straight into a dumpster and then said, oh wait, here's the actual spear bomb a couple days later. Here's the thing, Bandai. Hype matters. First impressions matter. If you had just shown us Super 13 from the beginning, this whole conversation wouldn't even have existed. Instead, you managed to turn what should have been a hype moment into a damn clown show. It's almost impressive how badly they executed this. It's almost like watching someone trip over their own shoelaces, faceplant, and then get up and run a marathon record time. You're proud of the finish, but man, that opening stumble is burned into your brain. So where does that leave us? Well, on one hand, we have LF Super 13, who looks great and has the funniest LF in the game, and on the other hand, we have the memory of his reveal, which will forever live in infamy as one of the worst rollouts in Legends history. It's a paradox. The character's a W, but the reveal is a massive L. It's like getting a gourmet steak dinner served to you on a paper plate from Dollar Tree. You'll still eat it, but the presentation makes you question everything, bro. At the end of the day, LF Super 13 will go down as the nutshot LF, and honestly, that's legendary in its own way. But I'll never forget how botched this reveal was. Bandai gave us coal first, then diamonds later. And hey, by the way, if you enjoyed this little rant, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and tell me in the comments if you think this was the worst LF reveal of all time. Personally, I do think it's #1, but hey, at least Goku's Family Jewels didn't survive, so there's something. Peace out, everyone, and watch your lower half because Super 13 is coming for it.